Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Samurai Warriors Spirit of Sanada. I'm Mysterious JG. Sorry for the, even by my standards, really chatty, non-progressing video last time, but between videos, I tried to get some information on the Kimura Carp. So I'm going to go into another little speech. Skip ahead 5 minutes if you must. No, okay, so you go online. This is one of the frustrating things about our modern world. So many problems. I wish I lived in the 19th century. It would have been so much easier. No, but seriously. Alright, so I'm trying to find the answer to a very specific question about a not hugely popular game. So you go to Google. It points to a whole bunch of articles where I can tell just from looking, this is not going to talk about this at all. It just, because I didn't want to just search Kimura Carp, because there probably is a real fish, and I just found a bunch of articles about fish. So we do Samurai Warriors Kimura Carp. Amongst all the options... Oh, the first one's a GameFAQs thread. Great. GameFAQs threads can be, on their forums, they can be really good, because sometimes it's the only place where people are discussing a really specific issue. Like, you're just going to find 800 fucking shitty gamer sites, which are like 800 ads per page, and all they're doing is copy-pasting information they got from IGN or whatever. And IGN is basically a variant on that same theme, 800 ads per page, giving you this really bland overview of a game and claiming to be giving you hints and secrets, and they're basically telling you stuff that the in-game tutorial will tell you. Hate those sites, whatever. Occasionally interspersed with something really useful, like, you know, an actual video walkthrough of how to find Kodama and Neo will show up buried in a page that also has a bunch of bland text about how Kodama are a thing that appears in Neo. For more information, and 800 ads. But anyway, GameFAQs will sometimes be really good because they're the only place that will address a really specific question. Other times, somebody will ask a question, somebody will... I don't understand why people do this. Like, many years ago, I used to hang out in the GameFAQs forum, mostly because I had an office temp job where I just had nothing to do and they didn't care. As long as I got my few things I was supposed to get done, and was at my desk if anything popped up that needed doing, nobody cared. So I would spend times on, like, forums and crap. And, but I don't understand. If somebody asks a question on GameFAQs and you don't know the answer, why do you feel obligated to post an answer? It's like, I'm not sure, but... And then just, like, say something that doesn't answer the question. Like, why do you do that? So... Somebody asked, I'm trying to get the Crucian Carp and the Komoro Carp. I don't seem to be able to figure out what bait I'm supposed to be using. Can somebody help? And the answer comes back, I think if you use 4 or 5-star bait, you can get the Crucian Carp. I think the Komoro Carp is the same way. I'm not sure. And somebody else is like, yeah, use 5-star bait. Like 3 and 2-star bait will never give you the good fish. It's like, you're not answering the fucking question. Nobody talks about, is there a specific in-game fishing site you need to use? Because that's how we got the Crucian Carp. We just went to a specific site and fished there instead of in the Sanada village. So, it's like, okay, your answer appears to be wrong. I'm not 100% sure that it's wrong, but it's kind of useless. So then, the only other thing that's like, well, this might be useful, because there's a YouTube video that pops up in the Google search where apparently Komoro shows up somewhere in the descriptor text, and I open it, and here's where I actually got my answer. YouTube user Immoral Flame, based on the language in this text of this description, I'm not sure what language they speak, but they're not an English speaker, because it says Modo Historia. I know I must sound like an ass, but I don't know if that's Spanish or what, because most of the description is just a list of missions using their English language titles. Because this guy, good for him, he fucking timestamps his videos, because he has like an hour-long video here, and he timestamps what he's doing at a few different points. So that's great. It doesn't appear to have any commentary, and the only reason I think the guy might be Spanish or Hispanic is based on the words Modo Historia. Maybe he's Latin, I don't know. But, like, I was able to click a link in his video, because he has Exploration Komoro, and find out, okay, if we proceed further in the story, there will be an exploration map area we haven't had access yet to that's actually called Komoro. And although I had to, like, go back and rewatch 3 times and click pause at exactly the right moment, because the guy's, like, slamming the X button, getting through menus as fast as he can, probably not assuming anyone is desperately searching for the answer to the Komoro Carp question using his video, I can see that one of the special items that drops in the Komoro area is called Carp. I also accidentally got a little plot spoiler about something that's coming, which I won't go into, but it's not a desperately shocking thing that this popped up, so when it does happen, it will make sense. And, yeah, so GameFAQs was completely fucking wrong. We just need to keep going. The game, like, throws this quest at you long before you're actually able to do it. We just have to keep playing, and in a later act, we'll have access to a map where the carp will just apparently drop as a thing. Or maybe we'll find a fishing spot in that area. Either way, we can't get Komoro Carp because we haven't gotten to Komoro. And with that said, let's move on with the game. Also, I need to, like, switch my input on my TV. Whatever. Okay, good stuff. Good news is this means I have no reason not to actually continue the story, so... Special reward obtained. We got peaches. We got even more conch shells. So never mind. Now we have a net change of minus 91 conch shells in the last video. And searing red crystals. Crystal blue persuasion. Yeah, I believe memory serves the screenshot I got from this other guy's Let's Play. There will be another town underneath Mount Shiki, and then underneath that town will be an actual other place to go. Komoro, which is just called Komoro. The description I didn't bother to read, but it probably says Komoro, home of the Komoro Carp. The place is just swimming in Komoro Carp, literally. You can't even, like, swing a dead cat without acquiring hundreds of Komoro Carp to complete your quest with. That's actually not what the description text said, but okay. The description text actually was what gave you the mild spoiler. So we'll go talk to the needy swordsman, who I believe was hanging right around the entrance here. No, that's a patrol leader. Although he's... Never mind, he is the guy. You seem to have done a good job. He should return to the town for at least a short while. Although it may only be a short respite before the next evil takes root. This is your reward. Take it. Komoro Carp. No. We got corundum, meteoric iron, glittering gold ore, and more importantly, my mad desire to actually complete all the tasks. Now it's going to turn out, after I finish the LP, there was like one task that we just didn't... We never talked to the person who gives it to you, and my 100% clear LP is a complete and utter failure, and I'm a morally empty person. But we'll worry about that later. Yukimura-sama! Yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to this. These two characters, we're not talking about brilliant dialogue between the two, but it's nice, the idea that Yukimura is going to go talk to his sister, who is not the only female character in the game who is not like, I have hyper attacks that can kill hundreds of generic soldiers. Like, no, she's plausibly what the daughter of a middle-ranked noble house would be. Sister, we are about to head out to Odawara. What is it? Why are you staring at me like that? Oh, it's just, you look really hot now. Wait. You are so easy to read, Yukimura. I can tell something is bothering you. Okay, well, if you're so good at reading me, why don't you tell me what's bothering me? Because I'm not going to tell you. Yeah. Yukimura, I can sense that you have an emotional wound. What, you can sense when people are wounded? I've never been able to do that. You can? What? Yes, I suppose you were worried about Father. You never change. War never changes. And neither does he. He refuses to explain himself and creates unease and worry within you. Yeah, that's great. Hey, did you hear that our brother is engaged? Is that something worth talking about? Sister. Never were there such devoted sisters. But he only does that because he has faith in you. I don't think that's why he does it. So you must have faith in him too, in the father you are so proud of. Man, you're not reading me right at all. By the way, is Father going to do anything about that guy constantly blowing a conch shell super loud? Hi. Sister, yes, I will. Multi-stage battle, Conquest of Odawara. Do you want to go to battle? Yes, chatting with our sister about the concept of our dad existing is the trigger, somehow. I'm not sure. Let's go. With the Hojo stubbornly refusing to declare their allegiance to him, Hideyoshi Toyotomi finally realized that military force was the only avenue at his disposal. He formed an army of a scale never seen before. I don't know if it's finally. I mean, so Hideyoshi had, quite a lot of success along the way, but utterly crushing and destroying the Hojo, well, I mean, it is what cemented him as ruler of Japan, literally, because they were the last real force to oppose him. But it might be considered historically his greatest accomplishment. I don't know how reticent he was to use force, to be quite frank. I know it doesn't fit in with the Samurai Warriors' view of him as, like, good-hearted monkey guy, but yeah, I think the game has made it pretty clear he'd been maneuvering the Hojo into a position where they would either submit to him outright or attack, which is what happened. Whatever. This colossal subjugation force was divided into two huge units. Ooh. The first was comprised of the main forces of the Toyotomi army and the Tokugawa army, and marched east along the Tokaido. The second was made up of the northern armies and took the Tosando. Led by Toshiie Maeda, it also contained the forces of Kakakatsu Uesugi. The Sanada clan was part of the second division. The first obstacle in its path was the secondary Hojo outpost of Matsuida Castle. Interesting. So they make this whole big point about how we're working under the Tokugawa, but then when the actual battle comes, we get assigned to work under the Maeda. No, whatever. I see the Lord Hideyoshi's plans to take down each of their outposts in turn. But forcing the Hojo into submission. Yes, on top of that, Matsudaira Castle has vast reserves of divisions. We cannot ignore it. I'm talking like Hideyoshi for some reason. For the siege of Matsuida Castle, Nobuyuki, newly married to Ina, also arrived to lend a hand. For the first time in many years, the Sanada clan was together in one place. Oh, that's nice. Which is strange, because you would think we would get some, I guess we'll probably get a little dialogue scene before the battle, but you would think they would give us, like, wandering around in town together stuff. It's been a while. It feels like it's been forever. I need to actually put myself in the mindset of, okay, gotta use the strategies when they pop up, gotta go for all the objectives. Like, I haven't had to think like this in a while. The conquest of Odawara has begun. The Toyotomi's first target is the enemy supply hold at Matsuida Castle. We have a really long time limit on this. So it's going to start... It looks like it's intended for the battle to go from day to night. We probably get some kind of bonus if we finish before the next day. So we can set fire to the provisions. We can set fire to other provisions. We can use ninjas to uncover the location of hidden storehouse. And we can urge Masashige Daidoji to surrender. That's a lot of stratagem points we'll be using. But we actually get strategy points. Oh, and it looks like we want to use Kunoichi if it would let us, although I'll be frustrated. This may be one of those battles where we can't, and we have to replay it to get that. All those things will unlock stratagems for future battles. So one of the stratagems is urge this guy to surrender, and another one is actually defeat him. That'll unlock a new stratagem. So probably I don't want to urge him to surrender. Probably I just need to go defeat him so that I can unlock a future stratagem. But generally I like to show off the stratagems. They might be forcing me to do this one twice. Well, we'll see what happens here. It looks like we do get to use Kunoichi. Damn! I would love to get a chance to play as Ina or Aya for funsies. They're fun characters to play. The female characters tend to be fun. Because they have movesets that don't consist of, like, Yukimura style, just lots and lots of melee. But they want me to approach with Kunoichi, so I won't be able to unlock that. Oh, here's... This is weird. I don't actually get to play as Yukimura. That's interesting. So let's play as Kunoichi. No, I didn't mean to. And as my secondary, I can pick whoever. Kanetsugu, had I been leveling him up? What's his Wappet look like? Do I get to look? I know I've been leveling up Mitsunari a bit. Yeah, I would definitely either pick... I probably would pick Aya. I might pick Ina. Keiji... I don't think there's any sense in using him. I don't think I'll be using him in any future fights. I know I'll be using Mitsunari, and I think I might be using Kanetsugu in the future. I'm not sure. Let's use Mitsu. Oh, I'm probably just going to play as Kunoichi the whole time anyway, so I'm really overthinking this. I think he said something about Baka Nari. I think he said something about stupid people, but I don't know. Brother, it is good to see you. Do I get a hot Tokugawa wife now, or is that just your thing? It has been too long, Yukimura. I am pleased to see both you and father well.
Likewise, Lady Una, let me start over. Lady Ina, it is wonderful to see you. I can't imagine in the future I will be plotting against you.
It is good to see both you and your father.
Well, my father's not here. He's been dead a long time.
I hope we will enjoy a long and fruitful relationship, Master Yukimura.
Fruitful? Like, fruitful? Isn't the fruitful thing supposed to be with me? ... Yeah, he's not really... He's not really going out of his way to be nice to Ina, is he? You need not be formal with me, sister. Yukimura will be fine.
What if I just call you Yuki?
No.
Very well, Yukimura. Father, we are most grateful to see you join our forces.
Okay, I don't speak and understand Japanese well enough to get the, sometimes to get the nuances of the voice actors' performances, but I believe Ina is supposed to be, like, incredibly awkward and nervous. I think that's what they're going for. Either way, as she says that, I really hope the next line is something along the lines of Mazuyuki saying,
Bitch, we're not joining your forces, you're joining ours.
Let's see what it actually is.
I have seen her looking like a powerful warrior on the battlefield, but up close she has a delicate beauty, Nobuyuki. That's right, I'm going to sit here and talk about her physical appearance while she's present and act like she's not even here. I wasn't talking to you. Be silent, beautiful object.
Thank you, Father. She does indeed. Thank you for talking about my wife's hotness while she stands there feeling incredibly awkward. Boy, I've missed having all of us together.
You are a lucky man, Nobuyuki. You know, your wife was a dog. Your mother was a dog, but since we never met her in game, it doesn't matter. I look forward to working with you, my lady. And, attacking a castle where you and your baby are later. Because even though that didn't literally happen, we've taken a... Samurai Warriors has traditionally taken a real-life incident and elevated it to a battle. I feel the same way, sister. I, too, am looking forward to attacking your castle.
Thank you for your kind words. I am honored to fight alongside you. Again, working for the Tokugawa.
But we're not. I mean, we're patently not at this point.
I didn't know our lord knew how to flatter people. I mean, obviously she's a horrid, disgusting cow. There's no way he could possibly think that she's a good person, and that in any way he should be pleased.
Oh, Lord Masayuki knows how to present a good face, but I think he's genuinely pleased to see Lord Nobuyuki take such a good wife.
I thought he was talking about Yukimura flattering her. Because, yeah, Masayuki knows how to say the right words at the right time without meaning them. And to the point where when he does mean a compliment, you probably don't trust him. Even if she's the daughter of a Tokugawa vassal. You know, I'd much prefer to have some conversations between Sasuke and Cha-Cha so they can just alternate between robo-voices.
Family's family. Whatever, who cares?
Yeah, I can't imagine this leading to any tension. You're right. What am I worried about? There's no way this will cause the collapse of the family.
Still, our lord, eh? My lord, play for free online.
Did you say something? I really don't actually understand that remark at all.
No, nothing.
I don't think Kunoichi is supposed to be clued into the fact that Sasuke has split loyalties, and it would make sense if she knew that, but normally the game treats us like children and would need to at least have a scene of him saying something internally about not being sure if he's on the Sanada side or Hanzo's side, and like then the camera would switch and show Kunoichi watching him. Like I would expect at least that level of the game tipping its hand to you, because normally it would make perfect sense for her to know what's going on and to be keeping an eye on him. And it would be perfectly valid storytelling if that happens later. But usually this is not a game with that level of subtlety. There should be a scene somewhere along the way of him having an inner dialogue and her just like appearing to understand his innermost thoughts. So again, we can set fires, and we probably want to do both of those because we'll unlock stratagems that way. We do want to probably release ninjas, but maybe when it's time to urge Masashige to surrender, we want to ignore that. Use Kunoichi to approach Ina and Aya. And defeat Masashige. So where are Ina and Aya? There may be a point later in the mission where we're prompted to do this, but it looks like we're all starting in the same area. There's no particular reason this would be difficult. Alright. Well, I mean, once we start, the plot will unveil itself, but it looks like we've got several standard bearers that we can get to without plot doors between us and them. So that's usually my starting point. Kill all the standard bearers. I don't really know if it helps your off-screen allies to keep their health longer, but it would make sense if it did. Alright, so we've got most of the video spent with me chatting away, so we don't have probably time to clear this mission, but we should at least start. I suppose I could call it a short video and just... But yeah, we should at least get a start going. We'll probably be in mid-mission when the time comes to call it. Oh, interesting. This is an indoor map. They seem to have a lot of provisions here. Destroy all the provisions in the eastern storehouse. Oh, this is one of those. We can't let anyone be defeated. Alright, well, there was a flag bearer. Yeah, standard bearer. You go after him. We'll get Mitsunari to get rid of this one. Okay, great job. And she's well on her way to where she's supposed to be. Is there some standard bearer he can work his way towards? Yeah, there you go. Fire time. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay. I went into Fury mode instead of destroying the...
The best way to get rid of them is to burn them, which we're already doing, so...
I has triggered a fire attack in the southeastern storehouse. I thought I did that, but okay.
Of course, now all of our troops will die, but whatever.
Of course, Mother. Burn. Fire. Fire. Destroy. Yukimura-san has entered the underground something. Hold on. Yeah, that's probably the reason we can't play as Yukimura is because the plot quests are going to all be a bit about keeping him alive. Yukimura has entered the underground room. Vast quantities of provisions have been discovered. Good for him. Oh, she's targeting Kotaro. I might just leave her be. That's probably a good thing to get rid of him before he can do a bunch of plot stuff to screw us up. Who's been a naughty boy then? Saucy Jack, Saucy Jack. Who's a naughty boy then? The spy was hiding amongst the provisions. How careless of me. Defeat Kotaro Fuma and assist Yukimura Sanada. Yeah, you know what? I'll let Kunoichi go up there and get to where she needs to be and fight that way. Because Yukimura, or Mitsunari's not as powered up. His wounds will not be fatal. He's stronger than that. We need to be concerned with identifying other hidden soldiers.
That was nothing.
There's nothing. Red zones have been deactivated, so the standard bears don't matter anyway. Okay, well. Looks like her ass is, looks like his ass is dying, so I need to get up there and help. I'm not off to a great start here as far as doing all the feats. Like, approaching Ina and Aya. I thought I'd approached Aya. Nothing seemed to have happened. I'm gonna say, do I get to see where my allies are? Okay, they won't be marked on the map, but I can come here and kind of figure out where they're at. So Ina is already nearby, and Aya is not, but at some point I can approach them both, I'm sure. Yeah, the main thing now is to not let Yukimura die. Warriors do not retreat. Warriors come out and play, yay. Looks like Mitsunari is here anyway. You're always the first to come to my aid. You have my gratitude. You have my gratitude.
One more for the ninja girl. Yukimura, get out of the castle. You're messing everything up here.
Don't be ridiculous. Battle is still raging. I just can't run away. Too much of a badass. Forgive me, oh innocent ones. Yukimura Sanada has something or other. Anyway. Feels like a halfway decent stopping point because we did save Yukimura. So if we do an interim save here, I can probably call it a video, and when we come back next time, we're in mid-battle for the first time in a long time. Doing something other than looking for amoral swordsman. When we come back, I need to try to have Kunoichi make contact with Ina and Aya. I don't know if there's an in-game battle reason for that, or if it's just to unlock Cookie Girl dialogue where, in typical Japanese game fashion, they compare cup sizes or whatever. That seems to happen at some point in every Japanese game that has girls in it. Regardless, when we come back next time, stuff and things. See you then. Why am I doing my outro before I'm ready to actually hit stop? Okay, I'm ready to hit stop, so bye-bye.